Hello everyone, I'm Ankit and you're watching StudyIQ IAS English channel. From the image behind me, it must be clear that today we are going to discuss about a very important historical figure in India, Bhagwan Birsa Munda, who played a key role in India's national movement during the time of British rule in India, right? So let us understand the context why are we discussing about Bhagwan Birsa Munda. Now, yesterday was Bhagwan Birsa Munda's 125th death anniversary on that occasion, Prime Minister of India, the Chief Minister of Jharkhand, Mr. Hemant Soren, as well as Governor of Jharkhand, Mr. Santosh Gangwar, they paid his tribute to this revolutionary tribal icon of the present state of Jharkhand, right? So in this regard, let us understand his role in India's history, what kind of a role he played in terms of national movement, social and religious role also, and this is an important figure in India's modern history. And there is also a question that have appeared in prelims exactly on this topic, right? So let us discuss, or let us start our today's discussion by understanding more facts about Bhagwan Birsa Munda. Now, usually I don't pay close attention or I don't emphasize the dates too much for UPSC exam, but you need to understand the date he was born in. He was born in 15th November 1875. Why is 1875 important? Because this year we are celebrating about 150th birth anniversary as well as 125th death anniversary of this particular tribal figure, and also the date on which he was born, 15th November, is very important. Why is it important? I will let you know in our today's discussion itself. Now, he was born in present days Khunti district of Jharkhand, and he belonged to a tribe known as Munda tribe. Now, there are many tribes located in present day Jharkhand, including Santhals. He belonged to Munda tribe, right? And this Khunti district, it is located in the Chota Nagpur plateau of the Jharkhand, right? Now, he grew up at a time in 1875, and after that, at that time, India was under British rule, right? And this was the time when colonial exploitation was going on. Now, you need to understand the tribals, they follow a kind of a land system where the ownership of the land belonging to tribals, they don't belong to one or two individuals. It belongs to entire community, and that is known as the Khundkatti land system. Now, Britishers, obviously, they did away with this kind of a land system and implemented their own land revenue policy known as the what is known as Zamindari system. And in Zamindari system, rather than the community ownership which the tribals were used to, in Zamindari system, the British installed the controller or the de facto owner of the land as Zamindar, and it converted the owners of the land, that is tribal, and they were forced to live as the tenants on their own historical land. And that is why this Zamindari system became quite exploitative for tribals, disposing tribal community or dispossessing them of their own historical land. Therefore, because of this Zamindari system, tribals were faced for pay high rents to the British officials. They were even forced to act as laborers. They witnessed loss of their land and turning many of the tribals as landless laborers, right? So therefore, this system became quite exploitative, and this was the time when Bhagwan Birsa Munda was in his formative years, and this changed his outlook towards the British community, understanding that they do not have best interest of tribal in their mind, right? So automatically his decision and his life became a fight against tribals. You will even see this in his social and religious reforms. Initially, he was educated in a German missionary school, and then he converted into Christianity. But later on, he realized that the purpose of these kind of schools were not to provide education, rather it was acting as a tool for religious conversion, right? So therefore, quite exhausted or quite frustrated because of this system of Britishers, he founded a new faith known as Birsaites, and his followers came to be known as Birsaites. And here he promoted or he encouraged tribal to follow their own indigenous traditions rather than getting themselves converted into Christianity. And this, in a way, resisted British rule and opposed the feudal oppression that the tribals were then under. And while doing so, he earned the title of Dharti Aba, which basically means father of earth. And this was because of his demonstrated spiritual leadership and his advocacy for a tribal identity. So he made a what is known as cultural identity primary for the tribal people, right? So this was his contribution in the sphere of social and religious reforms. Now let us understand what was his role in the freedom struggle. Now he's most famous for his role in leading the Munda rebellion, which happened in the year 1899 to 1900. This is also known as Ulgulan revolt, which is basically a conversion of great tumult, right? Now here he rebelled against the British land policies like zamindari system and also forest laws which restricted tribals the access of traditional resources. What are traditional resources? These are basically minor forest produce that tribals used to sustain their livelihood. Similarly, because of zamindari system, we have understood that tribal, they were dispossessed of their own land. They were forced to act as tenants on the land which they once owned as a community, right? And he, while in the Munda rebellion, he called for establishment of Munda Raj, which is basically a form of tribal Swaraj or a self-rule, and he launched guerrilla attacks against the British forces. In this Munda rebellion, Bhagwan Birsa Munda, he also promoted a slogan, Abua Raj Setar Jana, Maharani Raj Tundu Jana, which roughly translates into let the Queen's rule end, and after that our rule will begin, right? So this was the sole intention of Munda rebellion, to throw the Britishers out of the historical tribal lands, right? Now, his impact and legacy is quite long lasting, not just in the present state of Jharkhand, but in all tribal communities throughout India. His rebellion influenced Britishers to pass what is known as Chota Nagpur Tenancy Act of 1908, which restricted the transfers of tribal land to non-tribal, and it also recognized tribal rights over their land, water and forest resources. So because of this act, tribal and because of Bhagwan Birsa Munda, they got their rights back. And Chota Nagpur Tenancy Act works even today in the present state of Jharkhand, because it prohibits the lands which have been designated as tribal land to be sold off to non-tribal people. And in this rebellion, he was arrested by British authorities in March 1900, and he died in a jail in Ranchi under mysterious circumstances at a only age of 25 years old. So that is why this year commemorates his 125th death anniversary. Understood? Although his rebellion was quite short-lived, it took roughly for a period of 12 months, but this rebellion left a lasting legacy on the tribal rights movement. This showed tribal that when you fight for your own rights, fight for your own land, fight for your own resources, you will get what you want, right? So this was his impact and legacy on the entire tribal community in India. His legacy is commemorated and recognized even today, because I told you he was born on November 15th, and this very day, that is November 15th, is currently observed as Janjatiya Gaurav Divas, that is Tribal Pride Day across India. Similarly, this very date, that is November 15th, also marks the foundation day of the state of Jharkhand, because it was only this day Jharkhand officially came into fruition after getting bifurcated from the state of Bihar. A museum in Ranchi has also been dedicated for his life and legacy, and even the present day airport of Ranchi is called as Birsa Munda Airport, right? So this highlights his legacy, which is long lasting in form of many infrastructure. Not just the governments of state, but even the union government through PM Janman scheme, that is PM Janjati Adivasi Nyay Maha Abhiyan Yojana, it aims at empowering and delivering justice to tribal communities, and it also recognizes and commemorates the legacy left by Bhagwan Birsa Munda. So understand, he only lived a life of 25 years, but his legacy even continues in 2025 after 125 years of his death. So this was his role in the tribal rights and recognizing of tribal rights against the Britishers. Okay, so let's try to solve a practice question, which is a PYQ. But before this practice question, I have something that I want to let you know. Now, currently we are taking admissions under the Foundation Pratigya batches, and the evening batch admissions are going on, and this is expected to close on 15th of June. You can take admissions in this batch using the code ATS Live, because only after using the code you'll get the maximum discounts on this platform. How to get discounts on the platform? Let me tell you from our demonstration. Now, this is how you go to a website. Just go to a website. You'll be needing to create an account here by simply logging in with your mobile number, right? Once you're done logging in with your mobile number, click on Explore Courses here. Once you click Explore Courses, the upper tile shows you the kind of language you want to take your education in. And suppose if you're not comfortable in Hindi, it's okay. We also are offering a exclusive English batch. For that, you have to click this UPSC IAS English. Once you click UPSC IAS English, this page will open, and you have to click the left tile here, which shows P2I Foundation 2026 Pratigya Evening Batch. To take admissions in this batch, click on this tile, and right now it shows 39,999 is the course fees. But let me tell you a way where you can apply discounts and get admissions on an amount even lower than this, right? Click on Buy Now. Once you click Buy Now, on the right, you have an option to add promo code. Click here, add promo code, and write here the code which is flashing on the bottom half of your screen. That is ATS Live. Once you're done writing ATS Live, click Apply. As soon as you click apply, see the discount of 7,000 rupees is now applied, and the diamond course fees is now 32,999. Similarly, platinum is at 27,999 and gold is at 19,999. But these rates that it is showing, you'll get it only after applying the code ATS Live. Now, among these three batches, you can take obviously admissions in either three of them. But to take admission in the diamond batch now, I'll recommend it to you. Why? Because diamond batch has all the benefits that are offered in the StudyIQ IAS platform. You'll get not just live classes and lecture notes, but you are also eligible to get means residential program and prelims residential program. Here, if you demonstrate good abilities, you'll be brought to Delhi. Every expenses, be it lodging, food, studies, everything will be taken care of by StudyIQ, and you'll be living in an atmosphere of competition and community basis, right? And here you'll be able to get the best out of yourself. Similarly, you'll also be provided with a selection box, which is a box consisting of all the textbooks that is necessary. Okay, so all of this benefit including scholarship. Suppose if you clear prelims and you're a member of diamond batch now, your entire course fees will be refunded. And also if you top monthly test, you'll be getting a financial reward of 11,000 rupees. So these are the benefits. That is why I told you need to opt for diamond batches. Okay, now to make things easier, I've also put a table here. It shows diamond batch has all the benefits, whereas some of the benefits are not available in gold and platinum. But please feel free to take either of these three courses as per your own needs, right? So make the decision accordingly. And this is the PYQ that appeared in 2020. Please solve this PYQ and do let me know the correct answers in the comment section. So the ones who answer it correctly, I will give your comment a thumbs up, so you'll know it that you have gotten it right. And if you want to download the notes, these will be available on the Telegram channel called as ATS Live. So go to this Telegram channel, subscribe to it if you still haven't, and download the notes. And alternatively, if you still are not able to find the channel now, this is the QR code which you need to scan. Definitely you'll find the channel. Okay, so this is all from my side. Please have a very good day and do not forget to subscribe to our channel for more such informative videos. Okay.